Okay, Destiny logo, go beyond light. Warlock Shadebinder. Bro, you really freeze all those guys? Well, it's kind of like Nova Warp. Whoever's near you is just going to get frozen when you power up. Oh, that was a short trailer. We're going to play it one more time, but without my voice, and then we're going to go through the new abilities for the Warlock. So I play Warlock in Destiny 2, so I figured we'd go over the Stasis Spotlight Warlock Shadebinder. So, Stasis Subclass Warlock Shadebinder. Fracture with Frost. Keen Masters of Destruction, launching projectiles, freezing as many enemies as possible, and shattering them all in one fell swoop. The Shadebinder ensures no foe is left standing. So you're telling me right now, if I use this, everyone's dying. So honestly, it looks like different areas of the staff have different abilities, so that's pretty cool. I've never seen them do something like this before. I don't think that's an ability, that's just an overview of like the whole subclass itself. So you can see at the bottom of the staff you have Winter's Wrath. Shadebinders harness the power of darkness to summon a stasis staff. So it kind of looks like they're only going to talk about two abilities right here. So we'll get into the first one, Shatter Shockwave. So on that upper part where your hand is on the staff, that's where this ability comes from. The Shadebinder detonates the crystal on their staff, creating a devastating shockwave that shatters all nearby frozen enemies. So you have to freeze them first, it looks like. So I kind of assume you're supposed to use it as like a kind of a combo. First you freeze someone and then you either shoot them and then use Shatter Shockwave or Shatter Shockwave and shoot them, whatever you want to do. Especially multiple enemies, it can be devastating. I'm pretty sure it'll probably kill on one hit though, but if it doesn't, shoot them. There's actually a part in the trailer where they're using the Scatter Shockwave, and I'll show you right now. Okay, for our last ability, it's located on the top of the staff, where all the ice crystals are peeking out. Okay, we have Pneumo Blast, fires stasis projectiles from their staff that explode on impact. Enemies hit by the crystalline shrapnel are immediately frozen solid. And there you go, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, November 10th, 2020. We're getting hyped up for it. I will be covering this subclass when it does drop and how to dominate with the Warlock Shadebinder. Please make sure you do subscribe if you would like to see more Destiny 2 content and more Destiny 2 Beyond Light content, and I'll be doing tips and tricks on the Shadebinder Warlock Super. Alright guys, let's get into the next part. Okay, let's see what Bungie has to say. Welcome to the first in a series of Stasis Spotlight articles, where we'll be taking a look at Stasis via each of the 3 Guardian classes in Destiny 2. Stasis is the first new elemental power in Destiny since the original trio of Arc, Solar, and Void. And its introduction in Beyond Light will have ramifications for players across all aspects of the game, from narrative to combat to the way in which players will customize their Guardians. Each Guardian class will feature a new Stasis subclass with Beyond Light, and as you might expect, each class will use Stasis in a unique way. Stasis is the domain of control, an elemental power that is less about outright aggression and more about careful control of the enemy combatants in space. Sometimes even using the power of Stasis in a defensive way. Hunter zipping by the blink of an eye while slowing down your opponents in Stasis fields, Titans smashing their fist to the ground, launching jagged eruptions of stasis crystals from the earth. No class embodies the concept of freezing better than the Warlock Shadebinder. Imbued by stasis energy, the Shadebinder can summon a stasis staff that fires projectiles which can freeze opponents, immediately rendering them immobile. The Shadebinder's Prenumble Blast melee attack is a quick burst of stasis energy that erupts from the staff and instantly freezes anyone it hits. From there, the Warlock can either deal with the frozen foes or leave them be and move on to the other more immediate threats. Wow, that sounds pretty amazing, to be honest. Say 3 guardians are running at you. Say you freeze 2 guardians and then you can just deal with the other guy that's going at you, and then maybe the other guys are still frozen, or after they're done freezing, just kill them after. If you're looking to combine freezing with destruction, look no further than the Shadebinder Super Winter's Wrath. Here the Shadebinder summons their stasis staff and fires projectiles that instantly freeze opponents. The second stage begins and the fight ends when the Guardian raises the staff, detonates its stasis crystal, and sends a devastating shatter shockwave that disintegrates nearby frozen opponents. So the animation where he raises up the staff, it kind of looks like he's popping his super. He's really releasing his ultimate super ability that basically sends a wave of energy that disintegrates enemies that are nearby that are frozen. And basically in the beginning of the super, so in the first phase of that attack, you're firing ice crystal projectiles at people and they freeze instantly, and then combo it with the giant wave and they're all dead. Okay, next we have customizing stasis. If you've played Destiny for long enough, you know that choosing the right subclass for each situation can be crucial to the outcome of a fight. Titans have their bubbles, Warlocks have their wells. Skilled Guardians know how important those abilities can be in a pinch. With Beyond Light and Stasis, we're giving you even more flexibility to customize your subclass to your style of play. Let's go, baby, more customization. Each Stasis subclass in Beyond Light will give players the ability to customize abilities like grenades, movement modes, class abilities, and so on. In addition, we've added new layers of customization with the addition aspects and fragments. What? That sounds crazy. So you're telling me I could put Blink on Stasis? I really hope I'll be able to put Blink on Stasis because I freaking love Blink. And if you guys love Blink also, go check out my videos. Just look up Astrocyte Verse Advanced Blink Guide for the Crucible and you should be able to find it. Aspects manifest as physical items in the world, such as a crystallized Vex Conflux or a robotic fallen arm, for example. When slotted in, aspects will offer players new abilities among other effects. These abilities can be mixed and matched freely by the player. Many aspects will have space for fragments to be slotted in. Fragments are also physical items you can discover in the world that, when applied to aspects, other additional passive perks such as stat bonuses that may come with penalties. Aspect upgrades are unique to each Stasis subclass, while fragment slots are class agnostic. How players combine these two different types of upgrades will lead to a range of customization options. Okay. Wow, that looks crazy. You can see the Healing Rift, the Glide, and some of the abilities right there. And then some other aspects on the right side. So yeah, they're changing up a lot of stuff. You can see all your cooldowns down there. You got mobility, intellect, strength, discipline. You guys know what's popping. Grenade. And this screen looks lit, way better than the old screen. Like, come on, he's holding an ice crystal, like Sub-Zero. For example, a Warlock finds a Frost Pulse aspect in the world and equips it. This aspect augments their Rift ability, which now freezes enemies caught in the field. The Frost Pulse aspect also has a fragment slot available. Allowing further customization, this Warlock decides to slot in the Whisper of Refraction fragment that replenishes some of their class ability energy upon shattering enemies. They now have set themselves up with a nice 1-2 punch, and if played skillfully, you can use this combo frequently. Like what I said, it's all about using these combos. There's the picture so you can see how it works. You can see it in the aspects. You can have different type of aspect for the Stasis. So this Frost Pulse one has the effect, casting your Rift generates a shockwave that freezes nearby combatants. So that's pretty cool. With its focus on freezing and shattering, the Shadebinder subclass promises to give Guardians yet another reason to love their floaty, book-loving Warlocks. But no matter what class you like, all players will be able to take advantage of aspects and fragments that unlock even more ways to make your Guardian yours. So you're saying I can do this on the Voidwalker? If so, count me in. but maybe not. Maybe it's just for the Stasis subclasses, but we'll find out when it does drop. And right here you can see the Whisper of the Bomb Stasis fragment. Defeating frozen targets with weapons grants you super energy, but it takes away 10 intellect and 10 discipline. So yeah, that's some of the Stasis fragments right there, some of the abilities, and looks like those are the new subclass screens. I think that's about it. We covered everything. So if you guys did enjoy, please make sure you do subscribe. youtube.com/year1blink. I'm gonna leave you with these pictures of Destiny 2 Stasis Warlock subclass. So have a nice day, everybody, and later.